Welcome to a new kind of show or segment here we're going to do on the channel, and I think it'll be really interesting. It's called Nendoroid Chat. So I get a lot of Nendoroids, quite a bit of Nendoroids. They always have this problem of they're not really that interesting to unbox and show you, because pretty much I'm just going to unbox them, show you other little pieces, say, oh, this is cute. I mean, there's not really a lot of features. They're all the same. So I'm just going to pretty much do that. But at the same time, I'm going to talk to you about a topic that I want to talk about. For instance, idol anime with this one. Maybe we'll talk about Bunny Girl Senpai with that. Maybe we'll talk about Oshinoko Season 2 with that. And we'll continue that on. So anyway, let me know if this is an idea you enjoy. And let's get right on into the first one here. With this Yohane Nendoroid here. This is from the Yohane the Perhelion? I have no clue how to pronounce that. But it's the Love Live show that came out not too long ago. And it was the kind of sequel, or not really sequel, spin-off to Love Live Sunshine. And it had all of Aqua's in it. And I've made a video about that before on how I was not a fan of that series. But I am a big fan of Love Live, so I did want to go ahead and pick this up. So that's pretty much my whole point of this video, is to say I do like Love Live. I like the franchise. I enjoy pretty much everything. This is probably the thing that I like the least, but it's still good. I don't have any issues with it to the point where I'm like, this is awful. Don't go watch this. If you watch this and you had a good time, you're going to have a good time watching it. But I think it's important to be critical on a franchise you love so that it becomes something better. And honestly, Love Live is an odd spot to where I don't think they're doing anything wrong, and I think every season has gotten better. Animation-wise, it has gotten better. The problem is that I believe it's become stagnant. They're afraid to do anything new, and I think with that, the series is only going to become more and more undesirable. If you've watched one Love Live, you're not going to watch the next because you're like, I knew what it was. I'm not going to watch the next one unless you're a super fan, and then you're going to watch everything. So how do we fix that? How do we become a series that people will want to watch? Not because they want to hear the next song, but because they want to, invest themselves in these characters. They want to know more about the whole franchise. And I think there's a few different routes you can go. And unfortunately, I don't think they're going to go down any of them. I think this is all just being wishful thinking. And I think we're pretty much stuck where we're at for the foreseeable future. And where that is that we are going to pretty much be getting Hasuna Sora will get an anime, assumingly, whenever the Nijigasaki and Superstar is over. They'll get theirs. Then there'll be a sixth group that they'll come in. They'll say, here's theirs. Maybe we get an animated version of the musical. I don't know. We'll see. And all that's fine. The songs are getting... That is one of my biggest complaints from the Yohane series, is that the songs... You had this fantasy... Here is the face for the things. I will give you some close-ups of these. I really like this little face here. It's really cute. But what we're ending up with is we're getting these series like the Yohane series to where, yes, it's good, and yes, it ticked all the boxes for an idol anime, but it's a fantasy anime. That's fantasy, isekai, that's what you were going into with that anime. And I get it was their first time doing something like that, but you have to utilize that, the genre you're taking advantage of. If you don't, it's a waste of time. Um, you know, I don't know how we could have done it better. Really, it just ended up feeling like it was Sunshine with a fantasy coat of paint on it. It didn't feel like this is a Love Live in a fantasy setting. It just didn't. There was Chica had the little in thing in the Sunshine thing, and guess what? She is pretty much doing stuff with her sister and mother. That's pretty much the same thing she was doing in the main anime. The only one that was somewhat unique was Mari and Rico, but even then, Mari was a person that had shut herself off in Sunshine because she was, you know, trying to be strong or whatever. And what does she do in Yohane? She shuts herself off into the island thing. And then Rico is someone who's traveling, and they travel in this, or travel in both shows. It's nothing unique. You could have done so much more with these characters to introduce a new type of way to tackle subjects that wasn't tackled in the anime or the Sunshine, but they didn't do that. They played it safe. They were like, yep, these characters that you know and love are the same characters that you know and love. We're not going to change anything. It's exactly what you got. And if we're going to do that, just give us Sunshine 1.5. Just give us, you know, or, make a season 3 and just have it be more of they're all getting together and everything. I don't know what you want to do there. This nendoroid is very cute here. She's got the little design of her dress here is really nice. I like that quite a bit. She really turned out nice. I will give her that. Can't really make a good anime, but they can make a good figure. And really the same can be said about Superstar. Yes, Superstar has introduced this new spoilers for Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2. At the time of recording this, I have not watched Episode 3. But what they're doing with Season 3 is seemingly they are putting Kanan in her own group with Tomari and Margarete, and which is interesting. That's, okay, that's, compelling. If we didn't know for a fact that by episode 5, they're all going to be back in Liella, and we're going to get the graduation plotline again. I think the more compelling storyline you could do there is to say, we're going to try to win Love Live again. No one's done that before. How are we going to do it? Introduce a new rival that challenges the group, Liella, in ways we haven't seen before. Maybe they are more diverse in their musical abilities, and that makes them think differently. Each season would give them a different way of thinking. Season 1 was just pretty much an introduction. Season 2, we get the introduction to Margarete, and we get this whole new way of thinking about how, idols should be more. It doesn't matter about skill at the end of the day as long as you're having fun with your friends. I like that. That's good. I mean, I'm not asking you to introduce like killing each other, but I just want something, make it to where we actually have meaning in all of this. We get some of that. My favorite Love Live thing is the School Idol Project movie. And really my whole point of that is all of these girls have decided that Muse is no more. Muse is going away. And so it's best for them to move on. And what you get is you get all of these girls who are really having to try to find their place now, especially Honoka. And you get some of the best storytelling in Love Live to where they don't know, or she doesn't really know her place. And now she really, gets it. And I like that. I like what they did with that film. I think the way that they were able to conclude it is really good. I think Sunshine, the way it concludes, is really well done. I love whenever they had this whole plot line with Saint Snow to where Ruby goes out. I think it really made Ruby this interesting character to where she was really in her shell at the beginning of the series where she couldn't even talk, and to the end she is leading a group with Saint Snow, Lay, and it was really interesting. And then Yohane came around, and because it was the safe bet to put Yohane as the lead of a series, they did, not because she was the character that would make sense to be a lead, but because she was the one that was the most popular. All routes pointed to Ruby being the lead of the first years. It's very obvious. Rin in Muse was the first year that would take over and be the lead. Everyone knows that. It wasn't Maki, it wasn't Hanayo, it was Rin. Whenever we got to Sunshine, it wasn't Hanamaru, and it wasn't Yohane or Yoshiko. It was Ruby. Everything pointed to that. But they decided not to do that and give it to Yohane in the spinoff. I just didn't like it. I don't like that. And what they did was they just put Ruby back in her shell. They put Mari back in her shell. They put Rico back in hers. They gave all of these characters, they took away their plot lines because they didn't want to explore further. They just wanted to retread what they knew was working. And that's boring. Not only that, but, and I have no proof on this, so this all is just speculation, but I have a sneaking suspicion that in these contracts for these Saiyus, the voice actresses behind the idols, that there is contracts that say that no one idol can have more songs or whatever than another, and pretty much like CD releases, and I think that is good in the sense that no one idol is going to stand out from the rest. But what happens is that we could have this meaningful moment to where maybe one of them sings or maybe two of them sings, and instead of that we get a whole group that sings. And while I was praising Sunshine a while ago, I think this is most apparent in Sunshine whenever we get the Saint Aqua's Snow and Chica is the lead. That Chica should not have been the lead. In fact, I don't even think it should have been a full group to perform. It makes no sense that they perform, to be honest, because how would any of them know the choreography except for Hanamaru, Yohane, Ruby, and Lay? But we don't get anything like that because they're too afraid to do anything like that. In the end, I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. It is a problem that I think is going to hurt the series moving forward, the franchise as a whole moving forward. We're not going to get the best storylines we could. And you might say, that's not why I watch Love Live. I get that, but if we want Love Live to improve, if we want Love Live to continue on to be generations and generations and generations of Love Live groups, to where I love, there is, someone made a chart, and one of my favorite lines that someone has written about Muse is over the years, Muse names, I don't know the exact quote here, but basically that Muse was lost in name, but their spirit continued on. And I think that is a wonderful idea to where each group can exist on their own and be meaningful, be unique, to where you don't need to know the lore of Love Live as a whole. I'm fine with that they never mention the other groups. Would I love if they ever had like a mentor thing to where Muse came back and taught a new group? That'd be amazing. I don't think it'll ever happen, but I want Love Live as a franchise to continue on. And right now, it doesn't feel like we're going to get very far. I mean, we're going to get it for, 20 years to come probably. But at some point, it's going to start dwindling down because they are afraid to do new and unique things. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe you will tell me, no, they're doing everything great and there is no issues at all. Let me know, because I kind of disagree. But like I said, let me know. I think I have not watched the first Nijikisaki movie. Some people have said it's very good. I have no idea what it's about. I know there's a thing about that, there could be a new type of Love Live competition. They won't go bold enough to make it a solo competition where one of the girls will win but the rest will lose. There's no chance they'll do that. But who knows? Maybe we'll see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is a new type of video. Like I said, if I was just to unbox this Yohane, it would not have been that interesting. So I talk about it and we'll unbox it here, because other than to say there's not a whole lot of bonus stuff in here, it's fine. There's nothing else really to say. What else bonus could you give her? Obviously I would have liked to have the dog thing, but that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think of this type of video? I know I kind of dragged on, but I want Love Live to succeed, and I don't think it's going to at its current rate. Maybe it won't go bad for a long time, but in the future, I have a feeling more and more people are gonna realize it's getting dull, it's getting repetitive, and they're gonna stop watching. But anyway, that is just my opinion. Thank you so much for watching. There will be much more to come on the channel. Let me know if you want more of these. Like I said, we have a bunch more here to unbox. I wasn't going to do this Hatsune Miku, but maybe we'll talk about Hatsune Miku. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.